What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 159. I'm your host, James, and I am joined by the Gesture Master, the Dominant himself, Brian.
Live from Verso's Drafts.
And, of course, we got the great Ace Attorney, Ash Destroyer.
Was live from Symptomont for a bit.
Man, nobody said live from, was it AC/DC Town, or that's what Mega Man City is, right? AC/DC Town, right? Or I think it's from Battle Network.
That's a Battle Network, yeah.
Yeah. What is the city in Mega Man's name?
Does he have one?
I thought it did, but
I thought he did too.
Yeah. Maybe not. Oh well. Anyways, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna pretty much discuss the Game Awards. You know what we were excited for, discuss the announcements, and just talk about the overall award show. Then, who won, what we expected, and so forth. But before we get into
and
that,
who won between us too?
Oh yeah,
I have that tallied.
Nice. Okay, and we also got to do that as well. So as always, before we get into that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch as well if you're over on Twitch. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the Game Awards. What do you guys want to do? We want to go through the announcements first? Or you want to talk about like who won each category?
Let's
go from there.
do who won each category.
Want to start
It's
that?
a bit faster.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll go ahead.
This should be pretty short.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead with that. Do you want to go ahead? Let's tally up first overall, Brian. You do the honors. Tally up overall who won out of us three, or us four, rather, because even though Fan's not here, he still did this with us. So,
he participated.
Yep, he did participate. So who won overall?
All right, I'm going to start from who came in last. We'll work our way up. I bet you guys have been on pins and needles thinking about this. I bet since the Game Awards ended, you haven't been able to sleep. Work has lost all meaning. You've been looking forward to this podcast just because you couldn't take the anticipation of knowing who won the Game Awards between us four. So, coming in hot in fourth place, Ash Destroy him with 12 points.
Oh, wow.
Wow, unbelievable.
I did not expect that.
Now, unfortunately, there's a tie for second and second place, if you want, or however you want to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's between me, Fan, and James, who the two ties are, and who the number one came in. So, tied for second place with 14 points, Fan and Bryant.
Oh, wow.
That means first place with 15 points, James.
Yeah,
James wins.
I bet you. Let me guess this. What made me win is saying Battlefield was going to win Best Sound Design.
That's one of them. Yeah, I mean, that's none of the rest of us picked that. So I guess that's a way of putting it. Also, one of your hopes and dreams came true as well. I notated our hopes and dreams, and you hopes and dreamed Mega Man, so that came to fruition. So good for you.
Nice. See.
Oh, you got extra points off of that, or
no points for that. Just saying hopes and dreams. You got that right. Good for you. I officially bequeath my crown that I won last year for the Game Awards. I hand it over to you.
Thank you, and I'll make sure to keep that every year going forward.
There we go.
Including the hopes and dreams. We'll continue with my hopes and dreams. Let's make them all accurate. We had Mega Man this year. We'll see what we get next year. Maybe Final Fantasy IX finally. Yeah.
You know that thing, and you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know that whole thing, like the equivalent exchange, like yeah. That's kind of like how I feel like you got Mega Man, but we got no Square Enix, so you had to sacrifice Square Enix to get a new Mega Man.
That is true. Was it worth it? Maybe. I guess we'll have to find out next year when the game actually comes out, or no, 2 years. I'm sorry, it comes out 2027.
Yeah, it's coming out 27.
Yeah,
which blows my mind.
Yeah,
but apparently they said there's something coming sooner. They said that there's something else that's coming sooner. They've said that.
They're probably talking about Star Force.
Hopefully some.
No, not Star Force. Something else new, I think.
Oh,
I wonder what. Yeah, I don't know what. All right,
Mega Man X9. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be nice. But I doubt, because Mega Man X was getting good with this. So we'll talk about more Mega Man little later
right,
on.
fair.
Let's go ahead and start reading through the categories. So most anticipated game. We're going backwards into the list we did it. Most anticipated game. It was 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and Witcher 4. The winner was, of course, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Mhm.
What did we guess for that?
I actually deleted it.
Oh, you deleted everything?
I deleted all of it once I tallied up who won. So I'm pretty sure all of us thought that Grand Theft Auto
Mhm.
was gonna win. Maybe like not all of us wanted that,
sure.
but
Mhm.
yeah. But I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, it's gonna make like in the course of human history, all however long, how many years that is, I don't know off the top of my head how long human history has been around, but there will not be another piece of anything that's ever released in this form. Any media, gaming, movies, music, TV shows, whatever, that will make as much money as Grand Theft Auto 6 will when it drops next year. Like flat out, end of story. So it's the most anticipated.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for me, it's definitely not Grand Theft Auto 6. It's definitely out of this list here. Resident Evil Requiem is top.
That new trailer looks bomb.
Yes,
I was like, I was gonna buy it no matter what, but that trailer got my juices flowing a little bit.
Yeah, I think everybody was excited. Some people that I know they are huge Resident Evil fans were super excited to see Leon and just everything about that. And now we know a little bit more about it, how their stories intertwine, and their stories gonna be equally split. So 50% of the game is um Grace, the other 50% is Leon, which is kind of cool because I didn't know they're gonna do like a 70-30 split or something like that. So
It's
I'm
50-50.
excited. Yeah, they said Capcom themselves say it's 50-50,
Okay.
which is nice. Next category, best adaptation. It was Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, Death Watch, which I didn't know existed when we were going through these awards. The Last of Us season 2 and Until Dawn. Of course, The Last of Us season 2 was the winner.
I
I
remember
don't
this
know.
one. I'm pretty sure. I think we all picked the Minecraft movie
Yeah,
for what we thought would win. I was the only one that picked Last of Us that I thought would win, or the
yeah,
only one that picked Last of Us that I wanted it to win.
yeah. What did I want to win? Was it Minecraft as well?
No, it was.
What were the choices again? What was it?
Minecraft, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, Death Watch, Last of Us season 2, and then Until Dawn.
See, I thought
Yeah, I think you said Minecraft because your kids or something like that. Your kids
Yeah.
liked it, so you wanted it to win or something.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. So I still gotta watch Devil May Cry, and then maybe Splinter Cell.
Yeah, I want to watch that too.
Maybe. Next, best multiplayer: Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. The winner was Arc Raiders. The only award they got, I believe.
Yeah.
Best sports
That was
racing
one I
game.
picked. That I don't remember if everybody. I was the only one that picked that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what I picked for that either. Best sports or racing game: EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World Rematch, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Mario Kart World won that.
Mhm.
I think we all said Mario Kart World. So,
Yeah.
yeah, well worth it. And according, it seems like the new update fixed a lot of stuff. I gotta really
Mhm.
go through it, but apparently it fixed everything in terms of like when you're doing like the world tour and you're going from stage to stage, they fix like those routes. So now there's a lot more stuff to do. Like it just seems just a lot better overall. And if we do like custom games together, we could do like crazy customizable like settings. For example, we can make it that the only item is blue shells when we're playing
Yeah, that'd
against each
be
other.
so not fun. That would not be fun at all.
I wouldn't mind playing with it. The only item is like the golden mushroom, just for boosting and just
That'd be
to see.
insane.
I think
Yeah,
that'd be
just
kind of
that would
fun.
be fun. That'd be fun to do nothing but
Yeah.
golden mushroom. That'd be fun.
We're
Yeah,
gonna have to
just
play Mario
nonstop
Kart
speed.
World again, I think, together just
We
to play
should.
around.
It's fun.
Best sim strategy game. Choices were Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilest Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, and 2 Point Museum. I think we all said Final Fantasy Tactics was gonna win. I believe.
which is well deserved. Thank God it
Yep.
won.
Well deserved.
Yes. I'm glad, and hopefully that means that we'll get some more Final Fantasy Tactics games later on. You know what's sad though? It's like every time Fire Emblem was in this category, I never won.
Mm.
Yeah, I think even in the year the Three Houses came out, it didn't win, but it did win the Viewer Choice Award for that year. For the like top game. I forgot what game won that year. But I know that won the Viewer Choice Award, which was nice. Best Family Game: Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. Donkey Kong Bonanza won.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like family in what way? Like family friendly maybe, but as far as like the whole family can play it, I would say Donkey
Yeah,
Kong Bonanza is not that.
yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. Like I feel like Mario Kart World should have been
Yeah.
the best option. Maybe best platformer or something, but I guess they don't. There's not too many platform games nowadays. This one was
Right.
a little bit surprising. Best fighting game: TXKO, Capcom Fighting
This was
Collection
an
2.
Ash category.
Yep,
Yeah,
Fatal
that
Fury,
was the
City of the
funniest one.
Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and then Virtual Fighter 5, Revo World Stage. I did not expect Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves to win because I just feel like nobody cares about that. I think I picked Mortal Kombat. I think all of us said Mortal Kombat was gonna
I think
win.
so.
No, I said
Well, you,
Fatal Fury.
yeah, you were the
No,
only
no,
one that
except
said
for
Fatal
you.
Fury. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
surprisingly, yeah, Fatal Fury won. So I still want to pick it up. I definitely have to. I need to check on the wish list to see if it's on sale. I hope it is, because if it is on sale, I might pick it up. We got Best RPG: Avowed, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds. I don't know if I can consider Monster Hunter Wilds an RPG. I mean, kind of.
It is.
You consider it an RPG?
Yeah.
I
Also
consider it like
Monster
an
Hunter games are
action
considered RPG.
adventure game.
Yeah, but you still need like various stats when it comes to like weapons and all kind of stuff. It's not just
I
pick
guess,
a weapon
yeah,
and
that's
go out and
right.
hack and
There's a
slash.
lot of
You gotta
numbers
actually,
there.
Yeah,
there's a good amount of
that's
numbers.
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, the winner was Clair Obscur Expedition
Yes.
33, which I think we all knew was going to win that. I know Brian was actually sad that Monster Hunter Wilds didn't win, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. Keep going.
Best action adventure game: Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. The winner for this was Hollow Knight, Silksong. Yeah, I don't remember what I chose, but yeah, Hollow Knight, Silksong won.
I shouldn't
Yep.
have deleted that. I didn't realize that we were gonna kind of have this format. I wish I would have saved it.
It's all good, all good. Best action game: Battlefield 6, Doom, The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, Hades 2 won this. Best VR and AR game: I think we skipped that.
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Best mobile game: I think we
Skip
kind
that.
of skipped it, but we
No, we did pick that.
Oh,
We
we
did pick
did?
that. It's that pony
Okay.
game. Isn't it?
Yeah. Was it?
I can't
don't know how to
pronounce it, but it's called Pretty Derby.
Yeah, Musumi, whatever, Pretty Derby. Yeah.
It's Pretty Derby is right after that long ass name, so
Yeah.
just go with Pretty Derby.
It's funny. It's by Cygames, so the same people who does Grand Blue Fantasy, which Cygames is made up of ex Square Enix employees who worked on Final Fantasy, which is why
Which
Grand
one?
Blue Fantasy kind of borrows a lot of Final Fantasy elements. So
Do you know which ones though? Well, which Final
games they
Fantasy
worked
games?
on? No, I
Yeah.
don't. That I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Best debut indie game: Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Despelate, and Dispatch. Expedition 33, of course, won that. Best independent game: Absalom, Ball X Pit. Is it Ball X Pit or Ball Cross Pit?
I want to
Or
say
is
it's
it
just ball pit.
Ball Pit? Okay.
Mhm.
Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hades 2, and then Hollow Knight Silksong, Expedition 33 once again. Got that. Best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky, Baldur's Gate 3 won that. I don't think we voted on that one either. I don't know why I read it.
No,
Best
we didn't.
ongoing: I feel like it's the same thing. and I don't
Yeah.
think we voted on that either. But No Man's Sky won that. Surprisingly, I thought Marvel Rivals. I think I do remember voting on that, and I thought Marvel Rivals was going to be the winner for that. Games for Impact, we didn't vote for that. But Stop at Midnight won, which is interesting. Innovation in
Wait,
accessibility.
an interesting thing about that. Do you know who directed that game?
Stop at Midnight?
Yeah,
No, who?
Jar Jar Binks.
Really? Like the actor who
The
plays
guy,
Jar Jar
the guy,
Binks?
the guy that voiced Jar Jar Binks was the director of that game.
Interesting. I did not know that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah. He went up there and accepted the. Let me think. I don't remember what his name is. Hang on.
Did he accept the award? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was I not paying
Jar
attention?
Jar Binks, South of Midnight. Ahmad Best. The actor famous for playing Jar Jar Binks worked on the Xbox game South of Midnight as the voice and performance director.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cool.
Very interesting.
I wonder if this game is on Game Pass.
It's a good game. What I played is very good.
Yeah, it's a Xbox Studio game, so it's on Game Pass.
Oh,
It's on Game Pass. Yep.
Yeah, I just saw it on Steam, so I was thinking.
Best performance awarded to. Oh, well, we know what best performance means. Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, Erika Ishii, Jennifer English, Konatsu Kato, Troy Baker. Winner, of course, was Jennifer English.
Great speech. Loved her speech so much. So heartfelt. So genuine. She just seems like an incredibly lovely human being, and Ben Starr was just like as excited for her as she was for herself, and he seems like just a total class act, and I really hope that one day he gets an award for best performance. It wouldn't shock me if he did. It sucks because, again, I know I've said on the podcast before, but Clive is probably my favorite performance ever of any character in any game in my entire life, and I wish he would have won that year, but that had to be the year that Baldur's Gate 3 happened, and with Asterion or whatever, that guy, who had a great performance as well. But yeah, I hope Ben Starr gets his flowers one day. He definitely deserves it. He just seems like a really, really classy guy and funny and doesn't take himself too seriously and just seems very genuine. So I hope that happens for him one day.
Yeah, I agree. I think I said I wanted Ben Starr to win, but I knew Jennifer English was going to win. Just because I feel like he does deserve a reward. Like he was also in Final Fantasy Tactics that came out this year as well. So two
he
games.
Played what's his name's brother, right?
Yeah, Ramza's older brother. Yeah. And yeah, he did a good job doing that as well. Like I really like him in every character that he's voiced so far. Best audio design. We did vote for this. Battlefield 6, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F, Battlefield 6 1, and then best score in music. Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight, Darren Korb for Hades 2, Lorien Testard for Expedition 33, Toma Otawa for Ghost of Yotei, and then Woodkid and Ludwig Forcell for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Expedition 33 won with Lorraine Testard as the composer.
Loved his speech too. He just came across as such a genuine, soft-spoken guy that just was so happy to be up there. And when you hear the story about how he was just some dude on SoundCloud that they just found or whatever, and all of a sudden here he is making this game that's gotten all these accolades for having such an incredible soundtrack. And they had that badass performance at the beginning of a song from Expedition 33, and he just shred on a guitar. Like that was just such a cool night for him for sure.
Best art direction: Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost Yotei, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. Expedition 33 1. I will tell you this: the update, because I've been playing the game mainly on the ROG Ally X. That update made it look so much better.
Oh, really?
What it was. Yeah, like it is a night and day difference with how it looks. I'm impressed. Frame rate is also way more consistent because it was like fluctuating pretty big. Previously, I think the only options was DLSS, XeSS, and then TSR. There was no AMD FSR options at all for whatever reason. Kind of like Final Fantasy Rebirth, which I hate, or Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I hate doesn't have FSR options. But now that they added the FSR options and native like AMD FSR, I think 3 frame gen, it's flawless. Like it looks so much better. It looks gorgeous. Like they did a really good job with it. So I gotta say, I do like the way it looks now, and yeah, I can see why it won best art direction for sure.
Keep playing it.
I was
Keep
playing it a
trucking.
little bit. I was gonna play it yesterday, but I was so tired from work. Like
Mm.
I just like passed out. I was so tired. Like I
I'm,
was
I'm
staring at my RGLIX, and I was like, I can't. I'm too tired. I would miss every single like dodge and everything like that of how tired I was.
I mean, I've been making progress on it. I've been doing the like the last story quest for each of the expedition members. I think the
Mhm.
last one I need to complete is Miles, I think. But I'm making waves on it. I'm also making progress on the tower too. Still haven't like beaten like the big bosses, like that dragon thing that's in the sky and crap. That's like a pain in the ass to beat. So
Yep, because it
but
messes with your action points. Yep.
yeah, basically. So, but yeah, listen. I'm not going to run raw and beating him. I could do that anytime, but that will do me a disservice of not fully completing the game. So that's just the
Wait,
thing.
what'd you
That's
say?
just the
Do
main
you
thing
disservice to what?
to me because I want to
Why?
fully complete that game because it deserves to be fully completed.
Mm.
So
I agree with you, but you can just beat it and you can just go back to and clean it up. That's what I did. I finished the story, then I went back and got the platinum. Like you
no,
don't.
no. I want to get everything first and then obliterate Run Raw with everything I got, with everything I have. You know that's just me. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Best narrative, Claire for Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. Expedition 33, of course, won. I do want to play Silent Hill F still. I still got to pick that up.
I want to comment a little bit on this. I feel like Kojima was kind of cringing a little bit when he lost the reward because I know that
Yeah.
dude's all
Yeah, I
about
saw that.
narrative.
Yeah, there
So,
was that where he was getting upset. Like, yeah, that's, I don't know, not good. I guess it's not sportsmanship, but what would you call this? Not
yeah,
good.
straight up.
Good
It's not a good
storyship.
look.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just like I love Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2. I platinumed a Death Stranding game 3 times. I obviously really like the property. I like so much about the originality of it, the music, the environments, the gameplay. It's very original. It's very cool. I platinumed Death Stranding 2 this year. I liked so much about it. Had a couple of flaws that I found, but um, Kojima gets his flowers so much, and nobody generally doesn't have a problem with it. I mean, if
Mhm.
you boot up Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, you see his name in the credits like 30 times before like you move your character. Produced by Hideo Kojima, written by Hideo Kojima, directed by Hideo Kojima, Hideo
Yeah.
Kojima Games, done by Hideo Kojima Studios, like motion capture, Hideo Kojima Studio, like nonstop his name. And that's fine. Like the dude made that stuff. He deserves to have his name in the credits. But I just feel like like you remember that E3 2014, I want to say, or 2015, or maybe it was 2016. I think it was 2016, where he came down. It was at the PlayStation press conference, and he came down, and it was to the what's that movie called? Mad Max Fury. I think it was to the Mad Max Fury Road music, I want to say.
Yeah.
Or some music, and like it was like Magneto from X-Men, where the tiles were coming in front of him and the crowd was going nuts as he was walking down the stage to show the first trailer for Death Stranding.
Yeah.
And the dude is worshipped. Everybody thinks he is incredible, including myself. Even if at times he might come across as maybe like a tad much or whatever. But no, I think he's great. But the fact that a guy like that can't appreciate the fact that Expedition did so much in such a beautiful way on such a low budget and all the rest of the stuff that it had going against it in the year 2025. I don't know. I don't appreciate that. It definitely kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Anybody on the internet flat out that wants to talk crap about this game and say it didn't deserve it, and I mean, you can have your opinion, like that's fine, but you're punching down. Like these folks aren't the people that you want to fight in the games industry. Like they made a game on a shoestring budget. It's beautiful. I don't care. I think it's objectively beautiful. Between the music, the soundtrack, the characters, the story, it's a beautiful game. If the battle system doesn't jive with you or ever, like that's fine. But I just didn't like that Kojima kind of had a smirk about it. Unless he was just like amused that it won so many awards in a good way. I guess that's possible. Maybe we need to be charitable about.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so about that because like I know this guy is like worship almost everywhere in the game industry, and I hope.
Yep.
Sorry, this cat keeps doing or whatever. I hope this whole stop that. I hope to God that none of that stuff like feels his ego a lot, because man, my bad. Fuels his ego. Like she keeps trying to grab my attention by hopping on the entertainment center. But sorry, and she's going back to the same spot again. All right. Matter of fact, James, go right ahead.
Best game direction. Claire Obscure. Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. Expedition 33, of course, won. And then, of course, Game of the Year, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Expedition 33, of course, won that one. So, yeah. Well deserved, I would say. Like, Expedition 33, even though I haven't beaten it, I enjoyed it. Like Brian was saying earlier, this is a game that hopefully shines a light into the industry to show that you don't have to make a $10 million game, a budget of $10 million to produce a good game, right? Maybe Capcom looks at this and realizes, hey, Mega Man, Dual Override does not have to be $60 at launch. It could be like a $40 game, because Expedition 33 was what, 50, right? If I remember correctly, it was a $50 game.
Yep.
And was superb. You don't need to make games that are
And on Game Pass,
150
too.
hours. What was that?
And it was on game. And not only was it $50, it was on Game Pass too. So they
Yes.
totally wiped out one revenue stream from one console. For all intents and purposes.
Yeah, exactly. So like I hope this kind of shows the industry, like, look, you don't need to do all of this to make a good game, right? We don't need the one-to-one motion capture with sweat embottling and like, seeing the drip, even though that stuff is cool, right? There is a place for that stuff, but we don't need that for every single game. We can have these amazing RPGs or amazing other, I don't want to say low budget, but like a lower budget game that's still a very high quality game, if that makes sense.
It's the same reason why the art style of Wind Waker has aged so much better than either, Ocarina of Time or even Twilight Princess. It's timeless.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was probably easier to do that art style versus something like Twilight Princess probably spent more time to design all of that.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's one thing we might have to research.
And everybody complained about that too. And they were right in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Nintendo was right, I mean.
And I agree a lot with that. Like when I think of in hindsight, it's funny. I played the PS2 way more than I played my GameCube. And really looking back at that, I play now through emulation. I definitely played my GameCube games and even Wii games more than I play, say, older PS3 or older PS2 games, because I just feel like their art style aged well, where it doesn't look that bad. Like we're talking about Super Mario Sunshine while the Game Awards was going on, and that game still looks amazing today. You just add it through emulation and upscale it to a higher resolution, and it looks phenomenal. In the same way, like Expedition 33, and a little bit different, right? It's a more realistic look, but like the battle system it has and everything it has going for it is still amazing. I'm happy that it also helped shine a light on Lost Odyssey. It got a lot more people interested in Lost Odyssey because the director and the creator of the game was like, hey, Lost Odyssey needs to be remade or whatever. And I feel like, yes, go ahead and play. If you like Expedition 33, you need to play Lost Odyssey because it's also a very, very good game. Very reminiscent to Expedition 33 for sure. And me playing it and going through that, I can see a lot of that inspiration. There's definitely a lot more with Expedition 33 than it is with any other game. Another good RPG that just came to mind too was also Sea of Stars. Even though I didn't win any like Game of the Year awards or anything like that, Sea of Stars was also a solid 10 out of 10. I really, really liked Sea of Stars.
You didn't finish that one either.
No, I didn't. I'm at the end. Yeah, I gotta finish that. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the announcements to the Game Awards. To start off, I'm reading through IGN's list, so if you guys want to just scroll along with me to see what they have, I'm going it by their order, which hopefully is in the order they showed, but it might not. Starting off with Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic, a new single-player Star Wars game from from Casey Hudson, who we know from being a part of Knights of the Old Republic in the Mass Effect trilogy, and one that's less fortunate, Anthem. Unfortunately, that was his last game, Anthem. I'm still excited because KOTOR was amazing. Mass Effect series was amazing. Yes, Anthem wasn't that great. Even though Anthem itself was good, I think what killed it was the live service aspect of it. But I enjoyed Anthem. Like the little bit I played of Anthem, I thought was pretty cool. Definitely made you feel like Iron Man. And the world they had was very amazing. Like being able to fly through all that, I thought was really, really cool. It just kind of sucks that it was too, how can I put it? They definitely were leaning too much into the live service stuff. But yeah, this is going to be pretty awesome. We don't really have much about it yet. We just know it's a single player narrative driven action RPG. That is it. And it seems like development, I forgot where I saw it. I know somebody posted. Yeah, apparently development really just started. Like Casey Hudson just put together this team. So we might not even be seeing this game until like 2030. Which is crazy. We might it might be a very long time before we see this game. Nope, we'll wait and see if this is good. Xvision 33 announced some stuff. There was an update which I talked about earlier that improved frame rate, but they also added. Do you actually want to talk about it, Brian? Do you know all of it on top of your head?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just read something really crazy. What would you ask me?
Just the Xvision 33, the like update that it added.
Oh yeah. So I played it a bit. It's so crazy because I kind of uh after I got the platinum, I unequipped all of my Pictos and all my Luminas from all my characters and just kind of like saved my game and left my characters in that world. Just okay, I'm done with this game now, and I'll go back to it one day and I'll do it on Steam or I'll do it on Xbox so I can get all the achievements and or whatever on those platforms. I figured I was done with my PlayStation playthrough. But then this DLC came out, and obviously I wanted to play it on PlayStation because I have a completed save there and everything. And so I had to go in there and I had to like re-equip all my Luminas and all the Pictos and everything. And it's so time consuming to do it when you have hundreds of them. When you have like hundreds of Pictos, you have to go through and choose how you want to do the points and all the rest and everything. And it was very time consuming, and it wasn't something that I was looking forward to, but I did it. So then the main new area is Verso's Drafts, which is a really sick area where it's a version of what Verso's world would have looked like when he was a kid. Like I don't want to get too much spoiler territory as far as what that all means or whatever. But it's this beautiful rainbow land of like if somebody threw up a rainbow with like lollipops and sugar everywhere, that's the world, and like balloons and it's just all candy and bakery goods and animals, and it's very cutesy. Like I don't know, it's like I can't believe that I don't know how old he would have been when he made that world, but it's very unique. There's a boss at the end of it that when I went through the whole thing, because eventually I did equip all the Pictos and Luminas, and I wiped the floor with all the enemies pretty much, because once you beat the game and you get through the endless tower, which I think Ash is in right now, when you finish that and when you're able to beat Simon, there's not a lot in the game that's gonna be challenged anymore. So I defeated all the enemies, or a lot of enemies, in Verso's Drafts with no problem. But apparently at the end of Verso's Drafts, there's a boss that's very difficult, and I haven't gotten to him yet. But I'm gonna do that maybe after the podcast and see how truly terrifying he is.
I've seen him and I laughed.
Yeah. So and then I guess there's also new bosses in Endless Tower that are like ramped up versions of Simon and Clea and stuff like that. And honestly, I have no interest in doing that. Like if I got trophies for it, maybe I would put myself through that torture, but I'm good. So that's just so far what I've noticed. They had some quality of life things too. Like there's a photo mode, and as you mentioned, they did a bunch of PC mobile PC upgrades and stuff to make it more playable on Steam Deck and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a free update. They added new music, obviously, because Verso's Drafts has its own music score, and the battle theme is actually really fun and good. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna hopefully finish what I want to do within the next day or two, and then I'm right back to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which I really hope we can get into at some point too, to keep talking about that. Because you and I, again, I watched a little bit of your stream last night towards the end, and we're basically right at the same spot. Like you and I are like playing the exact same
area.
cadence right now.
Yeah. Which I'm enjoying Metro Prime. Like it's fun. That stream I was very quiet because I was feeling very sick. Which I mentioned I think on the Game Awards. I wasn't feeling that good. Still kind of battling it a little bit better. It's just weird. I don't know if it's like the weird temperature, like different, like Florida's weird. You'll wake up in the morning, it's like 39 degrees in the morning, and then by the time it's like 12 p.m., it's like almost 80 degrees. And for me, a lot of times when it stays like that, I start to like feel like sick and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, like lately my eyes have been burning and all that stuff. But anyways, that's not important. But yeah, I want to continue playing Metro Prime 4 as well. But yeah, I still got to beat Expedition 33 and get to that, and I hope to do it because I still want to also finish the Dragon Quest games before Dragon Quest 7 comes out. And there was another game that I wanted to. Oh yeah, and of course Metroid Prime 4, which I think I'm gonna prioritize Metroid Prime 4 just because it's a shorter game. I can get that out of the way, and then hopefully beat Dragon Quest 3. And I don't think I'm gonna beat 1 and 2 in time for 7, but it is what it is. I'll try my best. So the weird statue that was popping up everywhere was teasing a new Divinity game called Divinity. Actually, that's all it's called, Divinity. And man, that trailer was kind of like I'm surprised that they showed that at the Game Awards. It just seems like every year it's starting to get a little bit. I don't know what's the right word, because I want to say last year they did the same thing with that one game that's kind of like, I guess, like BioShock, but it had like those robots. And I was like, I can't remember what it's called.
The Russian game,
Yeah.
Atomic Heart.
Yes. The second
Yeah.
part of that, they showed the trailer, and it was kind of the same thing. I'm like, dude, like you're gonna get me to get in trouble with this. This game was kind of the same thing. Luckily so far nothing has happened. So maybe because I'm a smaller channel, I don't know, but so far nothing has happened with what they show there. But yeah, for anybody who's excited about Divinity, yeah, another Divinity game by Larian Studios. So yeah, there's that.
Apparently, too, I learned that it's not going to be like Divinity Original Sin or Baldur's Gate. It's not a turn-based RPG kind of thing. Apparently, it's more action-oriented, which surprised me.
Really? Maybe that's why they're probably just calling it Divinity and not Divinity Original Sin. That's gonna be interesting.
That makes sense.
Yeah, everything's coming action. One of the exciting news that we saw, one of the exciting trailers was, of course, Capcom finally showing off Leon as a playable character. And the trailer was amazing. Seeing the stuff that Leon can do was pretty cool. Like that part where he just has the chainsaw. Like I was one of the YouTube comments was Leon went from being afraid of the chainsaw man to becoming the chainsaw man. Like that's pretty much it. Yeah, like you had to go ahead and fight and run away from the chainsaw man, and now look, you're using the chainsaw. And I do like that they're keeping the cheesy lines that he has where the doctor is coming at him. He's like, I think I'm gonna get a second opinion, and just start shooting at the doctor. Like, stuff like that. I like I like that because Leon was always like, he had these cheesy lines in Resident Evil 4, and it's just part of his character, and it's like, come on, you gotta have more of these lines. I don't think in 6 he had that many lines. I try to like wipe out my memory of 6, but I feel like he didn't have those lines.
I barely remember that game. I just didn't like it that much. I mean, I know certain people that liked it, but I just couldn't, man. It was bad.
I try to get into it. I try to beat it. I got towards the end. So some of the parts were cool. Like I didn't mind the what's her name, the Sherry and Jake areas, or even the Leon and the Helena areas were not that bad. The Chris and the other dude, I forgot what his name was. Those were I think the worst areas because it was just like a shooter at that point. One of my biggest memory of Resident Evil 6 was when, so people can invade you, kind of like Dark Souls, and they can like try to kill you. So I remember doing the ice area where I believe you're Jake and Sherry, and they kept like every time I started that level, somebody always came in and they were going after me, and I would die, and I would restart from the checkpoint, and then somebody else would spawn in, and I continued dying. And I was like, you know what? I'm not playing this game anymore. And then eventually I tried it later on and nobody spawned in. That was like a mechanic they added to the game, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm excited for Requiem. The trailer is amazing. It comes out February 27th. We got like another look of like how Requiem looks on the Switch too. Doesn't look bad. Definitely the biggest thing I can tell that they're doing is the lighting. So probably no ray tracing at all because the lighting does not look the same as the other trailers. So if you watch like that little highlight clip they do where they show Resident Evil Requiem, the From Software game, which I can Dust Bloods Final Fantasy 7 Remake, you can tell that the lighting is not the same, but still excited. Definitely gonna pick it up on the
Makes
Switch
sense.
too, just to play it. But I might also pick up a version on the ROG Ally X
I mean, I'll be
or
glad to
PC.
pick it up on the Switch too if Capcom can figure out on the cross save stuff with their Capcom.net with our Capcom.net accounts. I feel
Mhm.
that'd be a cool thing for them to do because if they do that, then I can just buy Resident Evil Requiem on the Switch too and buy it on PC, and whenever I want to feel playing portably, I can just play it on my Switch too instead of my Steam Deck or something like
That'd
that.
be
So
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of these games should have cross saves. That might actually help them out because people who have Switch 2s might help them like double dip. Maybe they have a PS5 and a Switch 2 and they want to have cross save data.
It
That'll
will
help a
certainly
lot.
get me. It will
Yeah.
certainly get me 100%. So
Yeah, definitely. Tomb Raider announcement that was kind of leaked beforehand, but Tomb Raider Catalyst was announced, which is coming out in 2027. But there is a Tomb Raider 1 reimagining, which is what they're calling it, that is coming in 2026. That one is called The Legacy of Atlantis. And it's basically supposed to be a remake of Tomb Raider 1. This is kind of interesting because what they're doing is they're going back to the roots of Tomb Raider, where you actually raid tombs versus what the newer trilogy was, which I do like. Not to say the newer trilogy was bad. I did enjoy, Tomb Raider, or Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I really did enjoy those games. But like my biggest issues with those was like there was really not a lot of tomb raiding that you did compared to the first three games. But this is a remake of this, and then Catalyst is supposed to be back to that tomb raiding part, which is kind of cool. They kind of mixed in her original design with like her newer look, so it's like a blend of both. And yeah, I'm excited to give this a try, and I can't wait to play with this. This is being developed by Crystal Dynamics in partnership with also Amazon Game Studios. And I forgot what the name of the other company is. Let me see if I can find it on here. No, it doesn't say. There's another company that's with it, so it's like pretty interesting. What's more interesting is Amazon Game Studios, but I'm sure this has to do with they are doing. I believe they're doing a live action Tomb Raider TV series, if I remember correctly.
what series?
The Tomb Raider series.
Oh yeah, I think they are.
I think it's a TV series or it might be a movie. No, I think it's a TV series that they're doing.
Yeah, it needs to be a TV series. I remember them saying there'd be a TV series. I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That comes out 2026, and then of course Catalyst comes out in 2027.
I have a
Control.
hot take.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that Tomb Raider series, Tomb Raider, what's the second one called? Rise of the Tomb Raider, I
Yeah,
think.
Rise of the Tomb
And
Raider.
then
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
hmm
Those three games are as good, if not maybe better, than the Uncharted trilogy.
I agree.
As far as gameplay goes. Like I think the characters in Uncharted are more endearing, kind of, and it's like funnier.
Yeah.
But as far as just the pure action, um,
They're
platforming
different tones.
gameplay,
Yeah.
gunning stuff, yeah, it's better than Uncharted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the different tones, and I would agree with you. Like, I remember when the first Tomb Raider came out, I fell in love with it because I was like, gameplay wise, it took what I liked about Uncharted, but just made it better. And it's funny, like
They're
I
so
like to
good. All
joke.
three of them are.
I like to joke that like Tomb Raider was just basically, female Indiana Jones, and then
Yeah,
Uncharted
basically.
became like male Lara Croft, and then Tomb Raider became like, you know, female Uncharted or Drake, right? And then now it's just continuing on where Uncharted is nowhere to be found. Uh,
Right.
but like, and I say it in that way respectfully because I think they all were very unique. They all borrowed from each other. But I do agree. Like I enjoyed the newer Tomb Raider trilogy more than I enjoyed Uncharted, Maybe Uncharted 4 stands up pretty high though, because I did really enjoy Uncharted 4 for sure. But yeah, I would agree with that. Control Resident. That was announced as coming 2026, and it actually looks really, really good. I was
It looks so sick.
yeah, I was very surprised. You play as what was her name?
Jesse Faden.
Okay, yeah. You play as the
Her brother, Dylan.
Yeah, which
Mhm.
is kind of cool. And instead of it being like a shooter, it's like an action, like a Devil May Cry like looking thing, which is pretty dope. Like I'm really looking forward to this game. This looks really
You got to finish
good.
Control 1 James.
I
before
do
you
gotta
play
play
that.
I've already started on Control 2 days ago, actually.
What you
cool.
played on?
Yeah. Oh, I'm playing on PC right now
On PC?
Steam. Yeah, because
Wonder
I've
if it's
been
on
having the
sale.
Ultimate Edition for a while now. I guess I definitely bought it on a good sale at one point in time. So, but I started
Nice.
playing that. Right now, literally half the game, I'm just, and I don't know, this is the ADHD with me kicking in, but I'm just trying to collect everything I can possibly find.
Yeah, there's
Like
so much. There's so much to
like
collect.
any sort of lore I want to look through. And
Mhm.
everything about it, which is it's just fun to do for half the time. And I'm also trying to figure out the narrative behind this, because it's the way that Jesse is talking in the game and stuff, especially when he keeps saying, "We will do this, we will do that." I feel like I feel like the way she's talking, I feel like she's in some sort of psych ward, or she's actually talking to you, the player, in a fucking, I mean, excuse my language, but in like a 4-dimensional type of thing. I don't know. It's quite
I won't
the
spoil it.
international. Yeah, it's quite the interesting narration that they're aiming for, and I'm looking forward to like how it's unfolding by the end of the game. So
Yeah, I think I gotta see. I don't know if I own it through PlayStation Plus or do I actually own the game that I bought it. I was playing on PS5. I remember playing on PS4 and then playing it on PS5, and I got the what was it, the Ultimate Edition, the upgrade.
Mhm.
And I love the way the DualSense triggers work with that game, because like when you do a shotgun, you have to press harder, and I really like that. Like it didn't hurt my fingers because like you're pressing really hard, but it was like a cool feel to the game. I really enjoyed it on PS5 with the DualSense. I wonder if they have that functionality on PC. You should check if they do.
I hope so. Yeah, I'll test it out.
Yeah, because it works super solid on there, and I like every gun has different triggers, so like the trigger feels different for each gun, which is super cool. But yeah, I liked it, or not gun, I guess, because the gun kind of like transforms, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a service weapon.
Yeah, but yeah, Control Resident comes out 2026. No release date yet. Will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Also, every game they announce pretty much is non-existent on Switch 2, except for Resident Evil 2 so far. Or Resident Evil Requiem so far. Yeah, because nothing else was announced for Switch 2, which is very sad.
I mean, hey, Pragmata is coming to Switch 2. You're forgetting about that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we haven't gotten to Pragmata yet, but yes, that is true.
Okay.
Returnal successor, Seros, got a new release date. Actually got quietly delayed. But it's coming out, I believe now April 30th, which before it was coming out March, if I remember correctly. And they showed off kind of a new trailer, which like I didn't really need to see any more of that. Super Mario Galaxy movie got a new like 30-second footage, which was cool, and showed a little bit more about Bowser Jr.
And then they also showed off the Luigi melee knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
The highlight to the show for me, the highlighted announcement, what they should have ended the show with, was of course Megaman Dual Override. I mean, honestly, they had the Game Awards orchestrate the Wily Castle from Mega Man 2, and it's like, why? I thought that was the end of it. The also, I don't know if you guys caught this. I don't know if you guys even rewatched the trailer, but I did. You notice when it's going through, it's like a hallway, right? And it's kind of like going through. You see these things.
Like a
there's
tunnel.
like TVs on the left and right. They're showing each Mega Man game and the date they came out. So it says 1, and it shows like the year, and then 2, and so forth. It's back and forth.
It's funny we didn't catch that.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that till I rewatched it. And I was like, oh wow, like these numbers mean something. And I started realizing, wait a minute, this is the years that each Mega Man game came out, and of course it ends at 10, which came out in 2018, I believe it was. And then on the right,
10?
yeah,
You mean,
or
no,
I mean 11. I'm sorry,
11
I mean
came out in
11.
2017.
17. Okay. So it ends at 11, and then like on the right, there's like nothing there, which is kind of cool. And then that's when the thing opens up, and then it says the numbers, of course, is DLN, which is Doctor Light number, and this is 001, which is what Mega Man is, because Proto Man is 000.
000.
Yeah, and then Mega Man 001. So yeah, but I'm excited for this. I will say I'm worried, but I'm still excited. Worried in the sense that like I do like the art style. I love the way this Mega Man looks. Actually, like there's my wallpaper for my Mac now is Mega Man because with his new
cool.
art style, because he looks super dope. I really like what they did with that. But my worry was that when I first saw the trailer, you see that first area, it reminded me so much of the trailer in Mega Man 11 of Brickman's level. And I'm like, that looks very similar, but it's not. Like this one is in the city. Brickman is not in the city. You're like in this giant like construction area. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. What I'm also excited for is at the end, of course, you hear Proto Man's whistle. So I hope Proto Man is involved and hopefully a playable character. And then of course
And
Bryant
Bass.
shared that Discord link where apparently Bass might be also coming in this game, which would be awesome. Honestly, what would make this game perfect, or close to perfect at least, is letting you play as Mega Man, Bass, and Proto Man. Because I think the last time, or what? Huh?
Or it's called Dual Override, so maybe it's Mega Man and Proto Man, or Mega Man and Bass. Like
Yeah,
they're the dual overriders or something.
maybe that's true. That is true. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking dual override is probably some mechanic that you can do.
Yeah,
Um, but that would be cool.
possible.
Like I really hope Proto Man's in it. Like we heard the whistle, so Proto Man's got to be there. And I feel like Capcom knows that the fan base really likes both Bass and Proto Man. Proto Man, it's basically the Zero of this universe, and then Bass is kind of like different because he's not really a hero, but he's not a villain either. He's like a rival to Mega Man, which is interesting.
He's like Vegeta, right?
Yeah, he's like Vegeta, except he's more like Vegeta in his early days versus the Vegeta that we get now.
Look at me pulling out the Dragon Ball Z reference, my favorite anime of all
Yeah,
time.
exactly, right? But I really hope they're in the game. Like Bass for sure, because I've mentioned multiple times. I love Bass in Trouble.
I did saw something interesting by the end of the trailer where when you see obviously Mega Man like staring out to the horizon, like whatever he's about to do, his parts of his body's like expanded a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder it has something to do with the dual override stuff, I think.
Yeah.
know?
I think somebody also said it's a nod because Sakurai also did that in one of the video. I think it's his introduction video, which is interesting. Yeah, apparently, it's the same thing. Somebody posted it. Of course, I should have fact checked because it could have been fake, but that's what somebody said there. So
Okay,
I'm
interesting.
I'm excited. I'm excited. This actually makes me want to go back and play some more Mega Man. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I actually went back today and yesterday. I played some Mega Man 11 because they updated it. All they did was like add a couple of different languages. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to give Mega Man 11 a fair shake because I feel like I tried it and I might have played it on hard mode back in the day because I just feel like such a Mega Man badass. I could handle hard mode because I've been playing it since I'm 3 years old or whatever. But it wasn't great in hard mode for me. It was just like way too hard and too frustrating. So I played it on normal. I beat I don't know if it's Brickman stage or something. I forget what the guy is, but I finished his level, managed to do it on my first try. I didn't have to continue or anything. I beat it, and then I went to Acid Man's level. And I think the thing that frustrates me most about this game, it's two things. Because I actually think the overdrive and the or I don't know what you call it, but like the powered up mode where you can shoot charge shots effortlessly, and then there's a mode that makes it so the enemies slow down and you move faster, or like the world slows down and you can like move better or whatever. So there's those two modes. And I think the mechanic actually is kind of cool. Like it could work. But I think what my main problem with the game that I think would immediately kick it up a notch for me is if one of these two things got taken care of in it. Either one, the stages are way too long. They're so long. And then the second thing is the checkpoints are way too few and far between. So if you go through a level, long ways and you die, you're going back. You got to do the whole section over again, like a long part of it. So instead of having like, I don't know how many checkpoints are on a level, but we'll just say, let's say there's 2 or something like that.
Mhm.
But the level's long enough where I feel like there should be 4 or something. And if they just gave you more checkpoints, I would like the game a lot more. Or if they just made the game, the levels maybe a quarter shorter or half shorter, I'd like it better too. But as it stands, the checkpoints are just so unforgiving, and the level length is so bad. But I went back to it. I'm actually going to keep trying to play it. There is cool stuff about it, and watching that Mega Man Dual Override trailer kind of made me realize that I didn't really give it too fair of a shake, which is surprising because it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. So we'll when they showed that announcement, I was very hyped for it. But then when I realized that there wasn't going to be a sequential number to it, it wasn't going to be Mega Man 12. My hype died down a little bit because I felt like they were going to try to gimmick this up, like, oh, it's the new rebooted Mega Man thing or whatever, and we're going to put a bunch of janky stuff in it to try to make it appeal to Gen Y or whatever. That's when I started to lose the hype. But then I kind of got to reading, and it's like they probably want to take away the naming convention of the 11, 12 and all that, just because newcomers might be less inclined to jump in if they think that, oh, I haven't played 1 through 12, 1 through 11, so why would I jump in on 12? So maybe that's why they're trying to eliminate that, which makes sense because not all gamers are old farts like us, so they don't know anything about that. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I'm gonna go back to really trying to pound Mega Man 11 hard and try to get through it and have a better feel for kind of what they're going for with it. But let's just not overthink it, guys. Like, just make a quality game, and I can't believe it's not coming out until 2027. Like, that blows my mind. I mean, they showed it, and I mean, it's a 2.5D Mega Man game. Like, does that really? I mean, because you saw the video of it or whatever, and it looks like there's a lot to it already. I mean, it's not done obviously, but I can't believe that's going to take another year for that. Like, a year. Like, that's crazy to me.
Maybe they think that GTA 6 is gonna ruin their sales numbers.
Yeah, right.
That or they didn't want to mess up this release this time around, and they want to make sure they wanted to get this right. Well, with the fans,
true.
So
I wouldn't mind that. Like, if they really want to make it right and they feel like they need that much more time to polish it, then I would give it a pass.
Let it cook.
Yeah.
Yep. Let it cook.
And hopefully they're looking at games as such as like Berserk Boy and like Gravity Circuit as like games to kind of reference, because those games were amazing in their own right. Playing homage to or homage to Mega Man itself, which is great. Even the Gunvolt as well, like, because Gunvolt is that's more like Mega Man ZX series, but still it's Mega Man-ish.
I thought of something that I really wanted to say before about Expedition 33's DLC that I don't want to let go because I think you'll appreciate it. Did you see what I texted in the Discord about what they say in Expedition DLC? How you fight this enemy that says you'll never see it coming, and then another one says what's that Shulk line? I'm not feeling it, or whatever. The guy goes, I'm not feeling it.
I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
That's
how you like
hilarious.
that. Because the one made me think of that because you said homage, and I was like, oh yeah, that's an homage to Persona and Xenoblade.
Yeah. Because like Xenoblade with the Shulk, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 saying, I'm really feeling it.
I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah, and then that's Xenoblade Chronicles 3 where he says, I'm not really feeling it, which is funny. Fun fact, it's kind of like that. Shulk is younger, so he's all hyped up, and I think when he becomes older, he started realizing what is that meme where it says, I wish I was young where I didn't know the world, or whatever it was. Like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I also mention one last thing. Oh, last thing on Mega Man real quick is I hope they do not use, like, no offense to the composer to Mega Man 11, but I personally did not like the music to Mega Man 11. I don't like this kind of like, the vibe they went with was just kind of like, like not my cup of tea. It was kind of the same type of music they were going for with Street Fighter 5 as well. It's just I don't like it. I wish my favorite soundtrack out of all the Mega Mans I really like is 8. Maybe Mega Man Bass. Like Mega Man in Bass also is really, really good. But I really like 8. Like they had a nice like variety there, and I thought they did a really good job with it. But like just anything that's 8 and before was really done well. Even 9 actually. Mega Man 9
I
also
think
had a
9 had
really
a
good.
really good soundtrack.
Yeah, like
I could
Splash
hum
Woman's
all of
theme.
those
Yep.
soundtracks. Yeah.
Like
Splash
Tornado
Women's is like
Man.
dun, dun, dun,
Yep.
dun, dun, dun,
There was this, I'll never forget,
dun, bum, bum, bum,
after I
bum.
played Mega Man 9, because I bought that on Wii, as a WiiWare game, so that's how I played it. And then I rebought it again on PS3 and 360 later on. But there was this guy who did a remix of Splash Woman and Tornado Man's theme, and I used
Mhm.
to always listen to it because it was amazing. And today I was trying to find those remixes, and I don't think they're on YouTube anymore,
That's a
unfortunately.
bummer.
Yeah, if I find them, I'll post it in the Discord. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
those songs are really good in Mega Man 9, like,
Hmm.
legit. I used to listen to that what's really crazy about Mega Man 9 too is I remember when that game came out on PS3
Yeah.
and how it was, like, such a novelty to download it and everything, and
Hmm.
it's so crazy when you think about how that came out. I think it came out in '08, I wanna say. I'm almost positive it did, and
Yeah.
it's just so crazy to think about. Yeah, that was 17 years ago. It
Hmm.
makes me feel kinda sick to my
Long
stomach.
time ago. Yeah.
And something else too that I thought about as well is, what was your first system that you owned, Ash?
Oh, the Nintendo 64.
That's like super. Okay, James, what was your first one that you owned?
Well, technically TurboGrafx 16, but Super Nintendo was the first that I remember playing. I remember playing the
Okay, so
TurboGrafx
Super
16
Nintendo.
though, but yeah. Mhm.
Okay. It's just so crazy when you think about it, and we've kind of probably talked about this a little bit, but it's just like Wario tweeted yesterday or the day before when all this stuff went down with the Game Awards and the fact that Mega Man 11 got updated. Like Capcom's kind of gone on a blitz for putting Mega Man games on sale because of this Mega Man news where you can
Mhm.
get I want to say all the Mega Man collections that have come out so
Yeah.
far, the two Battle Network games, the Mega Man Zero game compilation,
Yeah.
Mega Man Legacy Collection, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, Mega Man X Collection, Mega Man X Collection 2. You could probably get them all for like $40, probably, give or take. Maybe less, maybe like 30 if that, on all the various platforms. And I just think about, young me at 6 or 7 years old, five. I think I was probably like, 4 or 5 when I played Mega Man 2 or 3 for the first time. And how you had a Nintendo cart, right? And you put it in the Nintendo
Mhm.
and you played Mega Man 3 and that was it. And it was a big deal. You went to, the grocery store or Blockbuster and you
Yeah.
rented Mega Man. It was that one game you rented. You put it in the cart or you put the cart in the system. You play that and that's it. And it was kind of a pain to get to. You had to like turn, put the cartridge in. If it didn't work, you used to blow on it, even though it was really bad for it. Put it in there, you play it. Oh, yes, the game got to work. And now it's just everything's so effortless that you can get the compilation of all the Mega Man games, put them on your Steam Deck, put them on your Nintendo Switch. You have all of them, boom, right there. You can play any of them at any time, and it's so easy. And I just wish sometimes that I could show my 4-year-old self what gaming looks like in 2025 in that regard. And it would probably, blow my mind or whatever. Just something kind of fun to think about.
Yeah.
I'm sort of a bit of the opposite sometimes. I mean, yeah, everything's so effortlessly. You can you stream stuff, you
You
can
think you
download
appreciate it
stuff.
more back then, right? Like you appreciated
I
it more back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I like the experience on going to a store,
Mm.
grabbing what I need to grab, and coming
Mhm.
back home and this opening that new game smell and stuff, right? Smelling that and then putting it into my DS or to my N64 or whatever it is and stuff, right? And getting that whole experience. I never get tired of it.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Yeah.
it's one of those big reasons why I still go to GameStop is mainly because despite the fact that we barely get instruction manuals in our games anymore these days, um I still like going into the store, buying a game, coming back home, opening it, and still enjoying the whole thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I think it's a bit more different for me, if anything. I don't know.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I definitely can see how one could appreciate it more when you would go and you would get it. I mean, I think I've talked a little bit here about Toys R Us, what Toys R Us used to do, where you used to
Mhm.
like grab the ticket from the thing and
Mhm.
you bring it up front, and they'd have like a back room of boxes of brand new, not open games. It felt like you really were getting a brand new off the rack, off the factory floor copy. So I totally get that. But I didn't mean like which one's better or whatever. I just kind of just meant it's just crazy when you think about
How
how
the
far
landscape
along
has
things have gone in
changed.
more ways than one. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like even
Yeah,
then, like
100%.
we were talking about like, downloading Mega Man 9 on,
Hmm.
through like PlayStation Network. Like for me, I remember
Yep.
when WiiWare, like the Wii Shop was a thing. And
Yep.
to me, I just saw like, wow, like I can play all these, the virtual console was there. And I was like, man, I downloaded, I remember Fantasy Star 2, Mega Man 2, what other, there's a bunch of other games that I downloaded that I can't think of right now. But I was like, this is awesome. Like I have all of these
Yeah,
at my fingertips.
it
Where
was
yeah,
very
like
novel.
yeah, exactly, and it was cool. And now I think we take it more for granted because like you just open up the eShop and you just browse through the everything. But back then it was just like the
Mhm.
coolest thing ever to see these games on there. Or even like through emulation. Like, and that's one thing I like my Retroid Pocket because I can make it look like I want how I want it, like the little like front end where I can be like, okay, I want to look more like the Wii because I'm feeling nostalgic, or I want something more like the cross media bar from PSP because I want to feel that nostalgia and stuff like that. So, oh man, yeah, we've come a long way. Anyways, Mega Man Dual Override coming 2027. Capcom did mention though that they saying that this is the 12th game in the Mega Man series, so they are
Mhm.
still considering it Mega Man 12. I also, I guess one another last thing. I know I said that the last thing was going to be a last thing, but this is really going to be the last thing. I do agree with the not putting the number in because I can't tell you how many times I mentioned Metro Prime 4 for people to play it, and they're like, "Do I need to play 1, 2, 3
2 and
to
3.
be
Yeah.
able to go ahead and enjoy it?" I was like, "No, you do not. Like it's kind of like its own thing."
hmm
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight
Looks
release date
great.
was announced. It does
That
look
looks
great.
so good.
My son, my oldest, 14 years old. I didn't think he was gonna like it, but he saw it. He's like, "Yeah, I saw that. I want to get that game." I was like, "All right, cool." But yeah, that's
I
coming
love
out
how it
May 29, 2026. Go ahead.
I love how it showed that it shows the intro of Batman Arkham Asylum,
Yeah,
like how they're recreating all these different moments in Batman. I
yeah,
think that game is going to be really cool when it comes out. I'll be all over that.
yeah. I was telling my son, I was like, "Did you even play the other Batman games?" He goes, "Yeah, I played the one on the 3DS. Remember?" And I was like, "Oh yeah," because I bought him Batman Arkham
Was that
Origins
Escape from
Blackgate.
Arkham or something?
No,
Oh, Blackgate.
yeah,
Okay.
Blackgate, which is, in my opinion, I liked it. I know people
Okay.
hated on it. I like it. It's a Metroidvania. So it's like Arkham
Okay.
Asylum, but it's a 2D Metroidvania game with the combat of, the Arkham games. And I thought it did a really good job. You're in Blackgate prison and you're kind of going through and as you get the different tools, you unlock areas. Again, Metroidvania. Really, really good. I was actually replaying it on was I playing it? On my Vita because I have it downloaded on my Vita. And I was replaying it on my Vita, I want to say last year sometime. Yeah, enjoy it.
I need to go through the Arkham games again. Those games are really good.
They are. I enjoyed every single one of them. I know people hate on Origins, but I liked Origins. I thought it was pretty good. Deathstroke's in it, which is nice.
Mm.
Diablo 4 expansion was announced. Lord of Hatred was revealed. And then they added what, Paladin, and then another new class, which I don't remember. But yeah, that's to all you Diablo fans. They showed finally the first trailer to Street Fighter the movie, which I thought was cool. It looked great. They showed the car bonus stage scene in there, which I thought was kind of funny that they added that to the movie. But there. It's funny because the little stunt that they put out, a lot of people are hating on it, where they call out the Mortal Kombat cast. And I remember me watching it, I was like, "Oh, cool, they're gonna come out." And then next thing you know, they're like, "No, we're just kidding. We're just kidding." I thought that was funny, but apparently people
How about a
are
missed
very upset about
opportunity
that.
that they
Mhm.
didn't have them announce best fighting game?
Yeah, that's actually true. They should have had them announce best fighting game. But like I know a lot of people were hating on them, and like I thought it was funny. You should I feel like if you're getting offended at that, then you got other problems you should be
It harkens
working
back to
on.
the 90s rivalry that they
Rivalry,
had. Like, it's
exactly.
fine.
Street Fighter vs Mortal
W-
Kombat, exactly. So I'm
Wait,
excited.
what was going on?
What do you mean what was going on?
What happened? Like, well, who got offended
Oh,
about
people are
what?
getting offended of like, remember when they were calling out the Mortal Kombat cast in the Game
Damn,
Awards?
no,
You don't
no, I
remember
don't
that?
remember. Oh, like during the Game Awards, like we won't just watch. Like, wait, why would they call them out for? Like, what's going on?
No, they were
What they
calling
did?
them out. They were saying like, "Oh, we want to give a big shout out, or we're not the only fighting." I forgot exactly what they said. Like, we're not the only fighting game like cast crew here. He's like, "Let's give it up for the cast of Mortal Kombat 2, and everybody started clapping, and he
Oh,
goes, "No, we're just kidding, just kidding. They're
that.
not here." Yeah,
Oh, that. People got offended over that.
yeah, because they were trying to
That was a
say
joke.
they're not real fans. They're like, because all they care about is money. Because that's why he says like all they care about money, and he's like, we care about money and you guys. Like, I thought that was funny. Like,
Oh, yeah, that was a joke. That was a joke. What the heck?
no, you know how it is. Like some people they just get offended for just to get offended. But yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that was
whatever.
that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Street Fighter movie coming out next year. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. A lot of other people are going crazy over other things. Coming out October 16, 2026. There are people are hating on the actor for Ken because I did not know this, but apparently Ken is supposed to be like mixed. He's supposed to be like half Asian, half white, and they're upset that
Hmm.
the actor's not half Asian and half white. So yeah, but
I thought he looked fun. Honestly,
I
like
thought so
I
too.
like that. I like the acting. I like the acting speak for itself. So
Mhm. I mean, yeah, they can get more specific because Andrew Koji is not Japanese. Like he's I believe he's Chinese but British descent. Like he lives in the UK. So it's like we could get way more specific if you want to. I mean, Jason Momoa is not from Brazil, right? And he's not green either. So like, why is he playing Blanca? That makes no sense. Star Wars Galactic Racer was announced, which is basically kind of like a spiritual successor to Pod Racer. It's from the former Burnout and Need for Speed developers, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it looked pretty interesting. It's one of those that I'll just like wait and see because I did like Pod Racer. I used to play Pod Racer a lot on the N64. I remember that. I was a huge when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, like I like ate up anything that was Star Wars related. I remember playing the PS1 Phantom Menace game, playing Pod Racer, and whatever else came out at the time. The arcade game, we talked about that during the Game Awards. The arcade game, Pod Racer game was pretty awesome as well. And also the one where you're like the TIE fighter, or the X-Wing or like the speeder. That one was pretty cool too. But that one does not have a release date. Yeah. 2 Star Wars
Yeah,
games
it
don't have
looks
a
good.
release date. It does. Um, Phantom Blade Zero has a release date of September 9, 2026. Looks pretty cool. Pragmata had a demo that I think is PC only. I don't think it's on anything else yet.
that's correct.
Coming out April 24th, 2026. And then they also announced that it's also coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and it's also gonna have an amiibo of the little android girl thingy that's in the game. I forget what they call her. King of Dragon, which is I can't say his name. Toshihiro Nagoshi's new game. So he created a new studio. He left RGG Studios, I want to say 2 years ago or so, maybe a little bit more than that, and went ahead and created his own studio, which Tencent and Nexon was funding, and he has his own studio now where he's making it basically looks like Yakuza. It's like I said, it's called Gang of Dragon. It has what's the guy's name? I gotta look for the guy's name. Because if not, it's gonna bite me.
It's gonna haunt you.
Yes. Ma Dong Seok. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I will be wrong, but he's a Korean actor, well-known Korean actor. He's in a lot of like Korean films. He's like the action star for them over there. He was also in the Eternals and another movie over here that he was in as well. So he's actually had a few like breakout hits over here in the West as well. His best known movies, of course, are Train to Busan and The Outlaws. Those are the 2 Korean films he's known for. But yeah, he's in this game as the main character, and it basically looks like a spiritual successor to the Yakuza, except a little bit more violent. I'm excited for this game. It looks awesome. Warlock Dungeons and Dragons is a single player RPG. They announced that, no release date. Forest 3, which I think all of us were like, wait, is there a Forest 1 or 2? Did anybody research that to see if there was a Forest 1 or 2?
Not yet, but I know for a fact there was a Force 1
Oh,
or 2.
hold on. I know what games they are now. Because I just
Yeah,
read that
are those the survival games?
yeah, The Forest and Sons of the Forest. I do remember those
Yeah.
games. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was thinking of some other game, but yeah, they're those survival games. So yeah, that
Yep.
there's one too. And the game that ended the Game Awards, which a lot of people did not like, which I assume that they must have paid a lot of money just to end the Game Awards with this. That was High Guard, which is basically an Apex Legends look like. It's from the team who made it, from former developers who made, Titanfall, Apex Legends, and so forth.
Awful last announcement.
Very-
I agree.
Very awful. It looks like Paladins a lot, because like Paladins has mounts, and Paladins was like an Overwatch like clone, but they kind of did their own thing, and yeah, this was not the right game to end it with. I don't know why, but well, I do know why. They paid a lot of money for it.
There's two different games that could have ended that would have left such a better impact and such a
Mhm.
better taste in people's mouths, and that one is Mega Man, and then the other one is the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game,
Yeah.
the new Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Total War Warhammer 40K was announced from Creative Assembly. Invincible announced another fighter to their game, which is what? Elemental. I don't remember this game. For Loop. Do you guys remember that game? It's a PlayStation new sci-fi
For-
co-op shooter. Oh, it's the Bad Robot game from Left 4 Dead designer. It's that game. Yeah, there's that they announced. A game called No Law, which I don't remember that one either. I think that was the one that looked like Mass Effect. They were trying to say like this kind of looks like a little bit like Mass Effect. Ace Combat 8. That was the one that kind of surprised me because we were like, what game is this? And then once we saw like the jets, I think you were the one that called it out. Like, oh, it's Ace Combat.
Mhm.
And then they showed off the trailer, Lenny Kravitz joining 007 First Light. And then Deadpool for Marvel Rivals. Which seems to be, I think you were right when it came to the voice actor, Ash, that it's Alejandro Saab.
Yeah, that was Alejandro Saab voicing as Deadpool, which I was shocked, but I'm glad you got the role.
Mm-hmm. What's this? The Order of the Sinking Star, which was like a puzzle game that they showed off, which looked pretty cool. That's from the creator of The Witness and Braid. They showed that off. They showed a little bit more of Lords of Fallen 2. Out of Worlds, which is a like co-op kind of like It Takes Two type of game. Neo 3, they showed off a little bit more. Bradley the Badger, which was a platformer. I don't remember watching that, but they showed that off as well. There's also a game called Stupid Never Dies, which I also don't remember them showing, but they showed off a game called that. The Free Shepherd, which was like a game where you basically play as a dog tending sheep. Oh, and there's that game that was from a director of The Last of Us and Uncharted 4, which is called Coven of the Chicken Foot, where you play as like the grandma that's like I don't know what you would call it, like she's looking around. Let's see. I don't remember this. I don't know how to pronounce this game. I don't remember seeing this game. The Creep? No, the Decrepit? I guess as you pronounce it. First person Souls like game.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it's coming in 2026. I don't remember that game. Audio Mech. Don't remember seeing that. Some Guild Wars 2 stuff, which I don't remember seeing on there, but it's probably while I was playing my Retro Pocket. So that's a 2 early access release date trailer. Orbitals, which that one looked pretty cool. That was the one that had like the 80s anime aesthetic. That's a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. One of the few Switch 2 games that they showed off there. It's like a co-op, so it looks like it was kind of like, It Takes Two / Split Fiction. Like, that one looks pretty neat. I think we both said that this would be a cool co-op game to play together. And I think that's it. Like, everything else they showed up was kind of like minimal, like some Warframe updates, the 7 Deadly Sins stuff. Hitman World of Assassination, adding Mila. How do you pronounce the name? Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich, yeah.
Yeah, Lost Skies, Anto Screamer, which was like anime racer game, which is kind of weird. TXKO, yeah, Soulframe, and then they had like a Red Sec thing. Yeah, what do you guys think about the announcements overall? What would you grade the announcements?
Because there was no Square Enix, but there was Mega Man, I would say that overall it was solid above average, like solid above average. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I wouldn't say it's like meh. I'd say it's a very solid. C
Like a C?
plus. C plus.
I agree with C plus.
If you put Square Enix in there, that probably bumps it up to a B, depending on what they show. And if you put Nintendo in there, maybe it bumps it up to a B plus, A minus, something in that. And then obviously, if they just blew us out with freaking, Chrono Trigger remastered, the Final Fantasy 13 collection, Square Enix's greatest hits with Threads of Fate, Vagrant Story, and Bushido Blade or something like that on Honda collection, then I'd be like, oh my god, A plus plus plus. But the biggest announcements were, I would say, Divinity, Mega Man, and Star Wars. Those are probably like the big tentpole announcements. And the smaller ones are like that Star Wars racer game and the other ones that you mentioned. But yeah, I would say C plus probably. It certainly didn't feel bad leaving. I mean, maybe because I was so hyped about Expedition 33 winning. But I didn't feel like particularly let down. I was like, okay, that's fine. Summer Games Fest is going to come. I'm sure we'll get a Nintendo Direct between now and then, you would think. And we'll see what comes next there. And maybe even a Square Enix Direct, because they did that when they showed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the first time. I remember they did like an event just for like Final Fantasy. I remember.
Yeah,
so
I remember
maybe
that,
that'll happen at some point. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think a C is solid. Like I like to just round up like either C. I don't like doing the plus and minus. So like C was there. Mega Man to me is a huge deal. Star Wars was pretty cool. Tomb Raider, even though it was spoiled, it was leaked before. I did like that as well. I'm excited to see where this goes. Yeah, like it was pretty solid overall. Like C is good. Yeah. Don't it could have been better. Like High Guard, I think like killed the overall show for me. Like I just think like if they ended with Mega Man, it would have just been. I think it would have been probably one of the Game Awards overall. But High Guard was just kind of like that was. I feel like it was a last minute decision where they were like, "Hey man, we'll give you an extra like $2 million just to show our game last and hype it up." Excuse me. And I feel like Jeff was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Extra $2 million, why not?" And I don't know. Do you guys agree with me? Like, I feel that Mega Man was supposed to be the final announcement. They had the orchestra and everything ready. And it
Yeah,
just
I
wasn't.
think I think it was definitely supposed to be the final announcement. It's just I don't know. When did they say High Guard was supposed to come out?
January 26th.
Oh damn! So that's like a month away.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, it's just that the problem is that I understand they wanted like that publicity, but they could like pay a bit less to have their game shown somewhere within the program, not by the end of it and stuff. I'm thinking that the game might do decently when it comes out, but it's just I don't know why they had to do that. It was just it's just the way Jeff Keighley definitely hyped it up. It's just it was because, like I said, because sometimes Jeff Keighley hits when it comes to how he hypes things up, and then sometimes he doesn't hit. And High Guard was definitely one of those things that didn't hit at all. He definitely hit well with the Mega Man trailer, but that High Guard stuff, it was just no, it wasn't good. Overall, I feel like for me, I'm like the same with you guys when it comes to the overall grade. Definitely a C. I really wish Square Enix would have came through with at least a trailer for one of their renowned IPs, like especially in Kingdom Hearts 4, because man, they have been quiet about that game for a good while now, and then I guess it's one of those things they want to get right too.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that
Mm.
they're also working on Final Fantasy remake Part 3, so they could at least release like a trailer for that or something.
Yeah.
But not even that. And I know within amongst your wish list, James, you want Final Fantasy 9 remake to finally make an announcement, but definitely not that's not happening at this point, if
Yeah.
anything. But who knows? It was weird too because like you pointed out that they had 2 unlisted videos
Mhm.
from Square Enix's side, so maybe they're probably saving that for the state of play by the end of the year, maybe. But I don't know.
Maybe.
So, but
Yeah, I don't-
but yeah, I feel like if they would have I think if they would have switched the games around, make Mega Man last, I think I would might have bumped it up to like a C plus or something like that
Mhm.
for presentation purposes. But yeah, so it was just like really, I don't let money like be the main thing
Mhm.
on why this was placed by the end of it, because now you're giving certain people like a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to certain announcements, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm ambivalent about Mega Man being the last announcement, just simply because I think he resonates a lot with really hardcore gamers and people that are our age.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like, I mean, there's a ton of excitement about, obviously, I mean, my reaction was I was very surprised and I was very excited, but just kind of thinking about the mass of people that watch the Game Awards, I wonder if it would have hit as hard as it did for me in that moment.
Mhm.
I do think Star Wars would have been the more all-encompassing thing where people of all ages. Now, granted, the only thing about Star Wars is that guy. What's that guy's name that's doing it? The famous guy,
Casey Hudson.
Casey Hudson. He had to come out and say, he had like a statement saying it's going to come out before 2030 because people were speculating it's not going to come out to like the PlayStation 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
So he had to like put out a statement saying no, it's not going to take that long and all the rest. And so the fact it's almost like an Elder Scrolls 6 kind of situation where they're announcing something like way early, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's maybe the only thing to really temper down on that excitement. But excuse me. But yeah, I mean, the announcements are a tricky business just because Keighley still doesn't get the cooperation that you wish he would get with Square Enix and Nintendo. And it's just surprising because it's such a big event. I mean, I feel like this year, and I think somebody wrote an article about this too. I saw it pop on my Twitter and I agreed with it, where this year it felt like a real award show. It really felt like the awards meant something. It felt very serious. Even though you had Miss Piggy flirting with, Jeff Keighley, and you think about Kermit the Frog sitting at home on his TV watching and hating Keighley or whatever, but it felt serious. It felt like the awards had gravitas. The performances, the games that were nominated, there were no jokes that were in there. It was very good stuff, and I just don't get why Nintendo holds so much of it back. I mean, think about that. What year was that? Like 4 or 5 years ago, or maybe longer, when they dropped the Persona announcement in Smash. Like, oh my
2018,
god, that
right?
That was insane.
that went crazy hard, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, why doesn't Nintendo recognize that they have just as much ability to do it there? And I guess I could see like they want to save it for their own Nintendo Direct, but I'm almost positive that the amount of people that watch the Game Awards is probably less than who watch Nintendo Direct, I would assume. So you figure you can get that stuff out with a much more mass market because you have all gamers watching it, and maybe somebody that hasn't gotten a Switch yet or hasn't played a Nintendo game in a long time, they're watching the Game Awards for, XYZ, and like, oh, Nintendo, they have this game coming out. I love that game, or that looks interesting, and maybe get somebody to buy a Switch, but they just want to keep it very local with people that are Nintendo fans. Same thing with Square Enix, where Square Enix is a very what's the word? They're not platform. They're platform agnostic. They put things on everything. They put they'll put the Kingdom Heart Cloud Collection on Switch, and then they'll put Final Fantasy 10-2 on PlayStation 5 or 4. Like they go across all the different platforms, and so you'd figure that the Game Awards would be an easy place and where they'd want to announce something. And I really think those are the only two companies that really were lacking of announcements at this whole awards. I feel like all the other companies got touched. Obviously Capcom did. I don't think Konami is coming out with anything, so I don't know if Konami did Konami have anything?
No, I think they've done everything. The only thing we know they're working on is the Silent Hill 1 remake.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, it's just interesting. You hope Nintendo would eventually realize that it would be good press for them to have something here, but
Yeah.
who knows?
I agree. Like I think like a lot of people mentioned that, and I mentioned it with Ash because I remember that day where I was driving to Best Buy to pick up my midnight copy of Smash Bros. And the line at Best
Weren't those the
Buy,
days?
yeah, the line at Best Buy was
Which
huge. I
one?
remember pulling
Ultimate,
up
Ultimate or Brawl?
Ultimate.
Ultimate.
I it was Ultimate. Yeah.
Ultimate.
Yeah, and then the line was huge, and then next thing you know, like as I'm pulling up, I see the whole thing, the Joker thing, and then next thing you know, he gets the card, and it's the Smash like the Smash Bros like symbol on the calling card, and then I just
Oh
hear the
yeah, that was so
line
funny.
went crazy. People were so hyped about that. It's just yeah, Nintendo had a hit when it came to that. Like it was such a big announcement. I want to say that was the end of the show. I want to say that was like I think the final announcement for that year. But I agree. It just seems like lately, when it comes to Nintendo, they're very controlling now in their marketing. Like I mentioned earlier, like it feels like almost like they don't want anything to announce a Switch 2 version unless they want to put it like on their own platform. I'm surprised that Pragmata got announced for Switch 2, where you would think that that's something that
Yeah, me too.
they would wait till their Nintendo Direct to announce it. Oh, and an amiibo at that.
Yeah, it's surprising she got an amiibo.
Yeah, of all things. Yeah, Capcom's going crazy with Nintendo with the amiibo for Grace. Hopefully they do an amiibo for Leon. That would be dope. I definitely get the amiibo for Leon, and then you have
Shout
the
out to
controller.
Capcom. Shout out to Capcom with the support for the Switch too,
Yeah,
man.
that is
Like,
true.
I'm tipping my hat to them for that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like they're going all in with Switch too. They started with Street Fighter 6, and it looks like they're just going all in. Still no Monster Hunter Wilds though. But Monster Hunter Wilds got their own issues. It can barely run on any of the platforms it's on right now. So,
Pretty much.
all right. Well, I think that leaves us at the end of the podcast. I guess real quick, does anyone want to talk about what they've been playing?
Yes.
Go ahead, Brian. I'll let you start.
Well, I think you and I kind of have a similar thing we can talk about. Ash, do you want to go first so me and James can kind of maybe close it out?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I've been playing. I more like started a new game. So I started with Control, obviously,
Mhm.
and while I'll do this Ultimate. Yeah, so I've been starting like oh, it's done. I've been starting this game called Control. I'm really enthralled about the narration they're trying to aim for with this. I feel like this is gonna be like a little bit trippy. A lot of psychological things that might be happening with this, especially how they explain the setting of it, everything with all the files. Now, clicking the files definitely reminds me of Resident Evil, so I'm getting a kick out of that, if anything. So it's great. And then this other game, there was another game. Okay, well, Other Waves. I'm playing on constantly. I love the game a lot. And then obviously I've been playing a little bit of a Clair Obscur Expedition 3, trying to catch up with that and trying to finish it and stuff. Recently I completed CL's last quest, which was really damn sad. And then I also recently completed Lune's quest, which was also sad. Like, this is Clair Obscur, so you expect sadness everywhere.
It's all about grief, man. It's all about grief.
Yeah, it's all about grief, and it was interesting too. Once you completed CL's quest and stuff, you get to see the interaction between her and SKA and everything, and which puts a bit of closure by the end of it. Which, James, I really implore you to try to play the game, please. Like,
Yes.
because the storytelling is really good and stuff. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm probably going to be going back to whatchamacallit. I'm going to go back to Clair Obscur, trying to finish that as soon as I can. So once I'm done with that, then I'm going to try to hit
For the new
hit
year,
on some,
Ash, you said.
yeah, hopefully. But after that, then I'm going to try out South of the Midnight Sun tonight, because I just downloaded the game via Game Pass. So I'm going to see what's up with that. The game seems pretty short. It's like, if you want to complete everything, it's like maximum 20 hours you can complete it up to, which I'm probably going to do with myself. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Nice. All good games.
Yeah. So Metroid Prime 4. Okay. I read something on Twitter the other day that I really kind of summed up how I'm feeling about this. If we went 3 to 5 years between Metroid Prime games, I would be What am I looking at?
Well, that was weird. I'm gonna play
Good.
it.
I'm glad to see
Okay.
Expedition 33
I'm
there.
gonna play
Same
it.
here.
Good, man. If we were only going 3 to 5 years between Metroid Prime games, I would be a lot higher on it than I am. But when you think about the fact that the last one that came out was 2010, right? Is that when the last one came out? When Corruption came out, was it 2010? Do you know?
I feel like it's
Or was it 2007?
before that. Let me see. I'll find out for you right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Oops. 2009.
2009.
Or
Okay, I was close
no,
to
I lied.
2010.
2007.
It is 2007. Okay.
Yeah.
So 18 years have passed between Corruption and Beyond. And so you have expectations going into Beyond that there's going to be so much here that is just going to blow you away. Or at the very least, just be solid, like way solid. And I just don't feel that way about this. I don't like the desert. I don't like it at all. I don't like the motorcycle. I think that it just feels very dated. It's not, it feels like they're like, well, let's put a motorcycle in a game. Okay, well, let's put Samus on a motorcycle. That's cool. She can do the Akira slide and everything. And it's just, I don't like it. And then I beat the part with the factory where you get the Viola or whatever. And then after that, you go to this ice world. And the ice world is almost identical in going through it the same way that you go through the power world where you get Viola, where you go through the entire thing and the entire thing's dead and there's no power or whatever. And then you
Yeah.
get to the end of it and you light the generators and like the whole world has power again. And then you have to backtrack your way through the whole thing. And like that's exactly what you did in the power world or the thunder world or whatever it's called, where you build Viola. And I just can't stand that they did that twice. And then you go back to the hub world where Miles is for him to put the ice chip in your gun or whatever. And it's like, wait, I want to go back to the jungle world where there's branching paths and stuff to do, and not just run through a level, power up a generator, have a boss battle, and then come back. It's very redundant. I can't like maybe you have one level like that. Like when you get the Viola, maybe you do one level like that. Okay, that's a cool change of pace. But the fact that they copied it almost beat for beat in the next world with the ice thing, um, doesn't make me feel great. And now the next world is you're supposed to go back to the volcano level because now you have the ice beam. You got that far, right, James?
No, I didn't get the ice beam yet. I'm backtracking
Okay,
still.
we were gonna get the ice
Yeah.
beam. Um, so you're going back to the volcano world, and it's like, what is the volcano world going to be non-active? Then you get to the end of it, and then you blow up the volcano. Now the freaking volcano is erupting everywhere, and you got to get out, and then go back to the desert world where you get the electric gun, and then you have to go to Miles for him to put. It just feels all very contrived, just very video gamey, very okay, I'm doing this to do that. And I just remember Metroid Prime feeling so damn organic, where I walked into those worlds and I felt like I was literally somebody that hasn't visited them in hundreds of years, and it just felt very okay, here I'm walking through this half pipe. I don't know what can I do with this half pipe. When I'm in the morph ball form, I can't go fast enough to go up and down it. Okay, well I'll come back and revisit this half pipe when I get that power up. And then you go through the little door, and then there's multiple places where you can go in, and then it's like, okay, well I have this power up. I'm gonna go in here, fight. And it just felt so natural and very, and like I said, very organic, and nothing feels as good as that. And now I think about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and it feels like levels. It feels like a level in a video game where it's like, okay, I'm beating this level, then I'm gonna go back to this level, and that's not what Metroid is. And honestly, I think I said this last time when we were talking about this. The shooting in the game isn't good enough to have it kind of work like a traditional video game. Like it's competent, but it's not anything to write home about by any means. The explosions feel good, I guess, and I don't know. It's if this was a 3 to 5 year project and this is the game we got, like okay, they're trying something new. I'll go through this. I know, maybe before I turn 50, they'll have another one, and no big deal. But the fact of the matter is, there's an 18-year gap between Corruption and this. doesn't make me feel great about if or when the next game is going to come out, and if they're going to keep going down this trajectory. And if they do, they've kind of dropped the ball. But I'll leave my comments there, and you can speak on how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would be that negative. Like, I mentioned it last time. It feels a lot like Metroid Prime 3. Metroid Prime 3, unfortunately, was a little bit more linear, and this has like a more linear progression. Um, like you, I don't like the desert area. It is really empty. The motorcycle, the Viola was like kind of shooting. It's like that was not necessary. We didn't need that. I prefer her to be more on foot than going ahead and riding a mount. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm not. Maybe yeah, they were just trying to experiment, try something new. I get it, but no, like we don't need that. I do agree that yes, it does feels like the what was it called, Volt Tower, or was it Volt Fortress or something like that, whatever it was called. The fortress level is like you have to get the power back on, and then you go to the ice level, and it's basically the same thing. You got to get the power back on. I do hope that that's not the case for the volcano part, but yes, the first two scenarios just seem exactly the same. The shooting, like I don't mind the shooting. It it doesn't bother me. Like I like the gameplay loop of that, and I do like the ice level specifically, just of how it looked better than the factory level. I think it's called Vault Fortress. I want to call it Vault Fortress, but I could be wrong. Um, but like I prefer like the ice area. It does look better overall. Like even that opening where you're fighting those wolves, I thought was kind of cool. Like how they're encircling you, and I guess you have to almost like die to get saved. Like, did that happen to you too, or no, Brian?
What was that? You had to die to get saved? What was it?
Yeah, like when you like when the wolves are like you're
With
in
the
a wolf.
wolves, yeah.
Okay, because
Hmm.
I kept like trying not to die. I was like, oh shoot, like I don't want to die. But yeah, like the minute like I go down to barely any HP, then the guy comes in with the turret and starts like shooting at the wolves. But like that fight was pretty cool too, because like I didn't know what to expect there. I'm here fighting them using my heat gun to like burn them up and everything, and just trying to use like everything at my disposal that I can. But they just kept coming. I was like, man, when are these guys gonna stop? But yeah, I guess you had to go through that. But I thought that was a kind of cool little thing going on there. But the environments in the ice area is pretty neat. Very like creepy vibe. It feels very like Super Metroid, where you see them, they're doing experiments on these creatures, which these
Hmm.
creatures look to be the original inhabitants, but like transformed. Did you watch that video where they were trying to like
Yeah.
rejuvenate them and it turned into one of them,
Hmm.
but then turned back to the monster? So that's got me like very interested into their world. Like, oh man, like what are these species? Like what happened here? So like that I like about this world. But outside of that, yeah, like it feels a lot like Metroid Prime 3. It definitely doesn't feel on par with Metroid Prime 1. I prefer the feel of 1 and 2, where all like you said, all the worlds are interconnected. There's different elevators to lead you to different parts of the planet. I think that's a better way to go about it versus these like the desert area and having like it's a hub. Basically it's a hub where it has Digital Foundry said it best. It's like Ocarina of Time. You have Hyrule Field and then you go to these different areas. And when they said it that way, I was like, oh wow, like yeah, I guess it is like that, just not as cool. Because Hyrule Field wasn't as long, right? You can get there on foot. You didn't need Epona to travel everywhere. Uh but yeah, and also Hyrule Field I think still looks better than just a plain boring desert. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it does.
I'm still enjoying it. Like I like it and I can't wait to finish it. And I do hope they learn from this and make it better. Still graphics are still gorgeous. Like it's amazing. Like graphically speaking, it's definitely the best Switch 2 looking game for sure. Like I definitely like it. I gotta say. But yeah, I've been playing Metroid Prime 4, did a stream as well. And then of course Expedition 33. I am uh what is this place called? I just turned it on too. I'm
I can help you figure it out.
yeah, let me put up the game real quick so I can figure out where it is. Because I got lost. I didn't know where I was at. And I did some like backtracking and I just started going places like, man, like I don't know where I'm supposed to go. But I think I found out where I needed to go and now I'm moving forward. Let me see, let this thing boot up. Yeah, I have the new
Yeah, I'm very
Windows
curious.
home thing and it is I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's kind of buggy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's because it doesn't have that extra button. So like right now, like it boots into the chat instead of the game. Oh, now the game is
Mm.
booting in, or not? Yeah, now the game's booting. Like why are you booting into Steam chat? Like I don't use that. All right, let's get this started. Sorry, let me. Oh, the Forgotten Battlefield. That's where I'm at.
Okay, yeah. So you're right after Act 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like
you're going.
this is where I'm sitting at right
Yep.
now.
I know exactly where you are. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna continue that probably tonight and yeah, play some more. Got my crew. My brightness is low, so you can barely see it, but yeah.
Got
Yeah.
Sail, Lune, Verso,
Yeah.
and Mael. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
missed one character.
Yeah. What happened to him?
I haven't gotten them yet. I know who you're talking about, but I haven't gotten them yet.
No, I was talking about Gustav.
Oh, Gustav. Yeah. Maybe what if there was like a secret? Never mind. That's spoilers. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really all I've been playing. And like I mentioned, I probably want to play some Mega Man again because I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
for
going
Mega
to.
Man. Only I can multitask and play multiple games at once.
I wish I had that power because I know people that can definitely do that. But the thing
Yeah.
is, for them, is that they have like ultra ADHD levels of like ADHD. I'm like, how do you do that? It's insane. But yeah.
You know, on a side note, one more thing before we end the podcast. I think I'm gonna invest in the glasses that Fan has.
Fan has.
Yeah, because I just thought about it. I was like, man, like imagine playing like connected to my Steam Deck or my RGLI X or even like my Switch 2 and just laying
Switch.
in bed
Yeah.
and just having a giant TV with those glasses because they work
I
great.
I wanna try them out first. So
I want to
whenever
try them too. Yeah.
Whenever I see Fan again, I'm gonna definitely just like try them out at Best Buy and just see how it looks, you know.
Yeah,
And then go from there.
it
you know?
looks good. Like I tried it. He let me test it out, and it was awesome. Like I wasn't playing the game, but I was like watching YouTube on my phone, and sure enough, he played a video, and it was giant. And the sound quality is really really good. Like I was impressed with how good it is. So yeah, I just want to pick it up. I'm gonna look more into it because I don't think I need the one he has. Like I think I'll be fine with just 1080p because I think he got the 2K 120 hertz one, which I feel like I don't need that. I think just like the regular like 60 hertz 1080p would be fine for me. And I think there is a 4K model, which is like the top of the line, which you can do. But I don't know. I'm gonna research it a little bit more and see because I was thinking of getting the Valve, what is it called?
Index.
No, not the Index, the new one they have, the Steam Frame. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Steam
yeah.
frame. Oh,
I was thinking
you have
about that.
You have an interest in that?
Yeah, well, it was mainly because of that, not because of the VR stuff. Because I'm not gonna do the VR stuff. But then I was like,
Oh,
why would I
okay.
spend the money of a Steam frame where I can just get that? Because that's all I'm gonna use it for. So I'm gonna look into that and see if I get that.
Oh, don't they cost like around $200? Because if that's the case, it's not too bad for what they offer.
They are,
in my opinion.
Let me find out. Let's see.
And what are those glasses are called? Do they start with A or
Virtue-
something? Oh, V. Okay.
Yeah, Virtue
something.
glasses. Or the X Real. Hold on. I don't know if it's the Virtue or the. I don't know if it's the Virtue or the X Real. No.
You know, it's funny is that it's because like those probably the only pairs of glasses that I'm never gonna bring outside because how expensive they are. But then again, there are glasses out there that don't do the stuff that the virtual does, and it's way more expensive. So it could be one of those things.
I think it's the X Real that he has. I gotta ask him. Because yeah, the X Reals are for the 120 hertz 1080p. They're $600. Well, that's the high end
Oof.
one.
Yeah,
Wow.
makes sense.
And then they have another one that is $449.
Well,
I don't know what
that's
the
probably
difference
1080p
is.
60. That's probably 1080p 60 hertz or something.
No, it's 1080p 120 as well. And the
Oh,
sound
that's
is
odd.
sounds
Okay.
by Bose. Interesting. It says Bose. They
Okay.
have Bose headphones. That's kind of cool. Um, Let me see if there's another model. Because I thought his was a lot cheaper. Oh no, it is a Virtue. Yeah, because it's right here, Virtue. The Pro XR, this 1200p is $500. And then, or Vitcher. I was saying Virtue. That's probably why it wasn't popping up.
If it had demos out on like public, I would definitely go to one and try them because like the asking price is a bit high, and that's me not be able to try them yet. If I were to try them, then I might have changed my opinion on them.
Hmm.
It's just like, and of course, Fan also obviously took the bullet without even probably never trying it, and probably because he was on the notion and on, hey, if he doesn't like them, he can just simply just return them. You know?
Yeah. They don't show not in stock. Interesting. But I think he got the Pro. I think he said he got the Pro model.
He
Which
did say
is,
he got the Pro model.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's 1200p, 1000 nits, $500. Yeah, so they're around $500.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's like more expensive glasses out there that don't do the stuff that Fans Glasses does, and they're
Mhm.
like $1,000. So
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
yeah,
This is more than the Meta Ray Bans.
what are those? Oh, I'm assuming
The
those are Meta glasses.
yeah, the Meta glasses. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does more than that, and it's cheaper. So,
yeah, yeah.
alrighty. Well, we'll end today's podcast here. I appreciate everybody for joining. As always, don't forget that like and subscribe button. I will be back for streaming next Friday. Next Sunday, we may or may not do the podcast. Really depends. You'll definitely hear probably by Saturday if we are gonna go ahead and do, or maybe by Fridays, my solo stream. You'll hear if we're gonna do the podcast on Sunday. The following week, which is Christmas week, we're not doing the podcast that Sunday. And the week after that, we may or may not. We'll see because I'll be right after New Year's. We might not do the podcast that week. So just stay tuned, be updated. We'll definitely figure that out when the time comes. We're almost in the new year. We're almost in 2026. So very interesting. Hopefully in 2026, I'm planning to get back into doing my solo videos on YouTube once again. I do have videos planned out already. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll be making a comeback to my individual videos there. Hopefully going back to my weekly structure. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch if you're over on Twitch. Bryant, where can they catch you at?
I am at red_so_deep on Twitter. Also, I wanted to mention too, whatever next show we have, we're going to do our top 3 games of 2025. So stay tuned for that if it's going to be this week or the first week of January.
Yes. What about you, Ash?
You can find me at Asher Shrine on YouTube. I'm gonna try my best to upload one more video before the end of the year, and that will definitely be about the Switch 2. So I'm just trying to make sure this video can be the best as can possibly be on what my overall thoughts about the Switch 2 after 6 months. So
Nice. I was thinking of doing a 6-month video as well, but I was like, I'm too tired. It's just like
I feel
any free time I get to like relax, I try to use it to relax. So, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe a surprise video will come out. Who knows?
Yeah.
No promises there. And as always, you can catch me right here. And then yeah, we won't be seeing Fan probably till next year. So yeah, maybe no, yeah, I think because I think he's gone until post Christmas, if I remember correctly. So I won't be seeing Fan. So you will see the return of the fanboy himself later on. But till then, we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Ash. See you guys.